Tonight, we've got a special guest in the house, a crew that's been sharpening the game since 2009. They're not just making knives, they're crafting tools built for hunters, outdoorsmen, and anyone who wants to carry confidence on their hip. With 29,000 strong backing their edge, they bring the perfect blend of steel, skill, and survival. From the field to the fight, this is Combative Edge. Let's welcome them to the Heavy Metal Moonshine Podcast.
Am I on?
Is going on, everybody? We are here. This is my co-host,
Mr. Tarzan.
I like your new background back there. I dig it. And I'm your heavy metal heathen inside the building tonight. And tonight we have a special guest. He is a friend of Mr. Lit Tarzan. So let's welcome Mr. Rob Motolla. Did I say it right?
You got it. You got it.
Rob Motolla to the stage.
Yeah, Rob.
Was I on this whole time while I was looking at my phone?
Yeah,
I was sitting here going like this. You guys talking and like.
You're all right. See, I'm glad you
You're
said
all
that.
good,
Not,
he just popped out.
There
we go.
Go up to the
Hey,
comments.
Rob, thanks for coming on our show. I'm
Absolutely.
so grateful to have you here. Rob is like a brother to me, man. Rob and I go back pretty far. We're going to talk about that tonight. I don't want to get too ahead of myself right now. I'll let Heathen talk to him a little bit here and maybe let him tell you guys a little bit about himself. But go ahead, guys.
Yeah, so let's do that. Let's jump into it like that. So,
oh boy, the worst thing, just so you know, I can't stand talking about myself. If you ask me, like, give me a brief description about like who I am, what I do, all that stuff. Like,
no. We want like more. Tell everybody who Combative Edge is.
See, this is what I'm saying. I have a hard time with explaining that. You know what, to be honest with you.
Okay, let's go here. Let's do this. How did you come up with Combative Edge knives? What started Combative Edge knives? Whatever gave you the idea to come up with a knife company?
So it was.
There you go.
It's
Rick.
funny. My dog's gonna. I knew as soon as this was gonna go live, he was gonna start bothering me.
All right.
It was almost kind of accidental. I was involved with the martial arts organization at the time. This was back 2009, actually prior to that, maybe 2008, something like that. And I've always been into knives. Rich, my father. My father. And, so growing up in that industry, growing up in like the hunting industry, things like that, he would always bring back, knives, custom knives, things like that from trade shows, from hunting shows, and from,
Well, your dad, I met your dad years ago. I actually met Rob's dad before I met Rob, probably about maybe almost a year and a half to 2 years before I met Rob. And just to give you some background, Rob's father is Rob Walker, who invented the Walker's Game Ear. And he ended up selling his company years later. I'm not sure who bought him out, but I ran into his father at a hunting show out in Harrisburg, and I had filmed my daughter doing a very special hunt. I was just trying to get her on TV at the time, and I met Rob's father at one of the hunting shows. His father had one of the best hunting shows on Sportsman Channel and Outdoor Channel. His father hunted with all the big names, and his dad actually said to me that if I got a couple more hunts together, he would offer me a spot to hunt on their hunting show. So that lit a fire under me at the time to start filming hunting and doing all that things. But fast forward a little bit, I kind of lost touch with his father, and I really didn't understand why at the time. But full circle, Rob walked into my tattoo shop. Unbeknownst to him and I knew his father. He sits down to get tattooed from me. I find out who he is. I'm like, hey, man, I know your dad. I met him at a hunting show. He's such a cool dude. Offered me to go hunt and offer me to hunt on his show. And I just never heard from him again. Well, Rob had filled me in that unfortunately Mr. Walker had gotten leukemia. And that was why I didn't hear from him. But Rob and I from there, we've forged a friendship that we've been together for years. We've gone to some shows together. I rented an office, I tattooed out of his place. Combative Edge and Lit Tarzan Tattooing were in the same building for a while. So Rob and I are close, and that's kind of how I met Rob. And then we've just been friends ever since.
Yeah,
and I own a few Combative Edge knives, and I could just keep going on and on about Rob. And also, I don't. Do you still have that property up the mountains?
We do. Yeah, we do. Up in Sullivan County, PA, got 100 acres up there. 6-bedroom cabins, beautiful up there.
It's amazing.
So yeah, we use that it's predominantly a rental property. So like an Airbnb. We have a company that manages it for us. So if my social media worked, it was Walker's Mountain Lodge, but as we talked earlier, all that's down,
smart.
So.
That's smart. Yeah, you needed to do that to save that place.
Yeah. So when my father passed away, we ended up, unfortunately, there was still a mortgage left on it. So, so we run into having all these bills and everything to take care of. So we're like, let's use it as a rental. So,
right. Hey, why not? And it'll pay for itself.
Hey, that's smart. Yeah. That place, that place is it is like an Airbnb. You're up on that mountain. No one's around you. You walk out there, you can scream anything you want. No one's going to hear you. You know?
Yeah, you can make a lot of noise up there. You can do a lot of things.
So
did you guys keep all the photos that your dad had up there on the walls and stuff?
Yeah. Everything is pretty much the way it was. I mean, we took some things down just because we have people in there, but for the most part, everything is.
We got to take him up there sometime.
Absolutely, this time
he will lose his mind. Dude, there's pictures of him with Nugent. Every big hunter that you could imagine is on the wall with his dad. He's got awards from the hunting channels. I'm telling you. So I could keep going off and on.
Hey, look, you already said it already.
I know.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. But back to the original question about the knives. What got me into it. So it was indirectly or directly through my father. Just got me into kind of collecting them, right? So I started off that way, and then with the martial arts organization, where it came from was just an idea to do one knife for that organization. Put their logo on it. Do a limited run, and my father ended up introducing me to a custom knife maker, Steve Woods, phenomenal guy. And I asked him, I said, could you, I just kind of sketched up a design and was like, can you make a few of these for me and, throw this logo on or whatever. And sure enough, he did it. It turned out really cool. And
so was it
really
like the first take? Did you like the
so it was like, wow, that was fun. Like creating something, starting from a sketch and it just kind of sparked it. I was like, oh, I want to do this again. But it was never really a plan of starting a knife company. It was just
it just kind of happened.
And then it was and then doing another one, I was like, I should look at making this a thing. So
as a little kid, were you ripping the knives apart? You were getting
dude, I had Rambo knives and all this shit. I mean, I had so many knives, so many dumb Chinese gas station style things with big claws and shit on, this thing, something but I loved all that stuff. Always playing with knives. So that's what got us.
I mean, we weren't always allowed to have knives in my house because we were always wild and crazy, but we had them from a certain point on. And so when the first like you said you were good with the first one that they come back with, you were like, man, this is it.
Yeah, and that ended up being the Combative Edge M1.
Right.
That model, and that's that was our original model. We still have that going. We're actually about to re-release that coming up here shortly. So we made some modifications.
I have one.
Yeah, you got one. We made a few different updates on it, just material wise. So just to make it a little nicer, a little bit more modern.
Right.
And coming back out with that, I'm super excited.
So is that process of trying to revamp a knife or something like that, is the process way different now than when you started, you know what I mean, in the beginning?
Yeah, I mean, not necessarily. I mean, it's, everything is production. So we're not doing custom stuff. And we do have some custom knives here and there. but it's, mostly CNC water jet type stuff. So what changes is like the materials, and there's always new steels coming out, new super steels, and so the design doesn't change, just like the materials may.
So have you ever bought a steel and was like, I'm not happy with this shit?
No, I mean you pretty much know going into like what it is. And there's people out there who get like super nerd out on like, this steel's this is that. They're all, they're all
right.
They all do the same shit.
Yeah. Hey, Rob, I want to ask you, with these knives, the M1s and the martial arts, what was the specific martial art that you were doing that you felt like fell in line with this knife?
So at that time, it was a Krav Maga organization. I was involved with a Israeli Krav Maga organization, and but from that, I got heavily into the Filipino martial arts, and that kind of really took over for me. The Filipino martial arts, if you're familiar with them at all, it's very blade oriented. So you learn how to use knives. You learn how to right. And you focus heavily on defending against them as well.
Yeah, because that's military martial arts,
right? It's more designed for like, killing and like real possible shit.
Well, and where that comes from, even that knife fighting is somewhat more prevalent on the street too, isn't it?
Well, and that's what what I'm saying as far as like what it's designed for. It's designed for you get into an encounter in the street, somebody really trying to violently cause harm to you. Most likely they are going to have a weapon. They already know what their intent is. They're not coming up to you, throwing punches. They're coming up with you again with the intent of causing serious, harm. Likely they're going to have a weapon, whether it's a blade, a blunt object, or firearm, or whatever it is. So having that focus of dealing with weapons, it's extremely important.
Hey, that's Ed up there right now. I just want to give him a shout out real quick. It's Eddie Dillon. He just had a son. He made my background for me.
Oh, that's where it came from. Eddie
Dillon and his wife, brother. Thank you, man. I'm going to be talking to you about some more stuff, Ed. I really appreciate you, brother.
Nice one.
Hey, man, anytime you want to give somebody a shout out too, Rob, if there's somebody out there you want to give a shout out to, feel free. We kind of do some of that throughout the show.
So like I said, if I had my social media pages, I would be able to, be giving a ton of shout outs and sharing it. But
so what? You got kicked off your social media?
Yeah. So about a week ago, about less than a week ago, I get a notification from Meta, Facebook or Instagram, whatever, both of them, saying that my Combative Edge Instagram page was, didn't meet their, went against their guidelines. And surprisingly enough, it was I don't want to say it because it's like, shit gets flagged or whatever, but like child solicitation, something like that. And like, I'm like, what are you possibly talking about? Like, it's a page full of, knives, you know what I mean? Like, I could see it said, like, you're trying to sell weapons or some shit, but like, that's not, the case. So anyway, so I put an appeal in, but point being, they just deleted it. They just shut it down. But not only did they shut that one down, I have a few other businesses as well, and a nonprofit organization, my personal page, all that stuff. They just wiped it. So Meta does, it's Instagram and Facebook. So all my shit's gone. So I had thousands and thousands of people following, and within a few days ago, it's just gone. So yeah,
and you're not sure whether or not. What do you do? Can you are you fighting it or something?
So I put an appeal, but what the thing is, they don't have there's nobody to call. There's no customer service. There's no it's just like it tells you to check our frequently asked question page with 6,000 fucking different questions, and I'm not going to go through and read each one of what I can do. So anyway, there's nobody to talk to. There's no help at all. So I'm pretty frustrated with it. I did try to start. I tried to start a new Combative Edge page, and it was the original was at Combative Edge. So I thought I was being smart. I was like, I'll do it the Combative Edge. Dude, it wasn't even 10 minutes. That shit was up. I posted like 2 pictures. I was going to try to rebuild the whole thing, and boom, shut it down. they said because it was linked to the it was too similar to the other one. So anyway,
yeah, someone's on there. Hey, it's Audra. Audra said the same thing happened to her.
Yep,
they did the same thing to her.
Were you able to fix it?
Could you fix it, Audra? Did anybody ever help you with that? Let us know. Let us know, Audra.
It doesn't
So
sound
she'll
like
get
it.
back to us. She'll get back.
Yeah, so that sucks. So that's been the past week trying to figure out how to, sell products this day and age without a social media presence. You know what I mean? How do I let people know we're coming out with new shit?
Yeah.
You might have to start the M1 page. M1 knives, or you know what I mean? And
don't tell them, man. Well, we'll talk about this off the air. You know what I mean? You're gonna tell them what it is, and they're gonna ban it.
Yeah.
No, but I thought about that. Just give it a totally different name and just.
Well, here's the thing, though, man. Here's the thing. Like, this is what's weird, because I get people to reach out to me nonstop that are knife makers. You know what I mean? Like that.
Yeah.
And that's all their page is about. So.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, there's a ton of knife companies out there. The majority of my friends in the industry, I mean, they have pages. So I don't know what it was. The only thing I could think of. So the nonprofit organization that we have is heavily involved in, child rescue from like human trafficking. The only thing I could think of is that I know I had some posts up there about that, and the way they work is all through like AI shit, whatever. So they probably picked up a keyword,
some keywords or something.
Yeah, maybe they saw like human trafficking and a picture of a kid or something, and we're like, oh no, that goes against our God. Not like looking into it, realizing it's like trying to save these kids, not sell them. So whatever. That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, see, and it's keywords that probably flag it. So like I know hey, listen, I'm not downing you, bro. Our first live went snip, snip, snip. First one. I mean, we had to send it off with a bang. You know what I mean? So
I'm trying to think where I put my M1.
Do you have? So that's a good question. Now, Rob, here's a question for you. How many do you carry on you at one time?
I usually have at least two.
You hear that, everybody? If he says he has two, that means he has four, because there's two somewhere he's not going to tell you.
I'm not counting the ones that I carry in my sling bag and my other stuff. There's all.
You're just saying two that are accessible.
There's something. They're around.
Don't mess with
it. I may have one of these knives right here. Give me 1 second. Everybody can see my nice new background from Eddie. I'll be right there.
Yeah, man.
There you go. See, we got some people that want to check them out. Now, I know I was looking at them, dude, and they're very nice. They're black. I like the M1 was nice, man.
Yeah,
and then
I'll get some to you.
What was the other really pointy looking thing? What was that?
Oh, they're all pointy.
Like, well, it was like, you know what I mean? Like, man, maybe I was just seeing a different picture of it, but it was like very long and thin.
Long and thin.
I might have been looking into something else. Never mind. We'll just bypass that. But if I find what I was looking at, I'll send it to you.
Yeah, we have quite a few that are. Let's see what Rich has here. He's got his.
The clock is ticking, Rich.
Yeah, what do you got? What are you going to surprise us with?
I have one combative edge knife right here.
Oh yeah, that's the M1. So that's the that's the original M1.
The OG.
The OG. Yeah. So it's funny. So the name of that, the M1, was actually named after my grandfather. His last name Motolla, and he told me that he was going to be my first customer. So I had that design done, but I didn't have a name for it. So then thinking about it, what can I call it? I can call it this, call it that. And I was like, I'll name it after my very first customer, Motolla 1. Wow. So that's the M1.
Dude, that's thinner.
Yeah, this knife's awesome too. This is a very, very good knife. Quality. The blade's thick.
Turn it. Let me see the thinness again.
Yeah, it's super thin. That's one of the things about it too. Like carrying it is, it's very comfortable in your pocket for being fairly, large lengthwise.
Let me see the spine, Rich.
Spin it.
The spine, stand it straight up. I want to see how thin that knife is. There you go, like that. No, yep. I'll turn it. Oh, yeah. There you go. Yeah, see, when you look at it the other way, it's nice and wide. You know what I mean? But when he turns the spine, it's very thin, man.
Yeah, that's what's in your pocket.
It's got a low profile this way.
Yes.
But I'm telling you, it's meaty and it's strong, and that blade's thick. And I think the serial number on this one's 11 too, which is like my
Yeah.
Number 11 is my favorite number, and I just happened to get the number 11 1.
1 1.
So that's Rob's knife. That's one. I have another one, I think, in the other room. I'll make a look real quick.
Okay.
Yeah,
SEM 1.
I know you had the dragon.
One of the other ones I got for my daughter from you. It's a smaller knife, and it's got a little bit of an opening assist on it. Man, that thing, or if it doesn't have an assist, it flies open.
Yeah, that might be the Draco.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Dan Gray said you made the newspaper.
Oh,
There
shit.
you go.
Here we
Dan
go.
Gray.
It's blowing up.
Crazy guy on the front, right? Oh, shit. Get with it, Rich. Get with it, Rich.
All right, I'm going to go look. Let me see if I can see this other knife. Cindy wants.
You would have thought that I'd have some.
Right.
I do upstairs. I don't want to waste the time and go get them.
Right.
I'm in, just so you know, too. I'm in the process of moving, so all my stuff's packed up and boxed up. So like,
right.
Yeah. All right. Hey, Rob, let me ask you this. Now I'm going to go in a completely different direction for a minute. Then, how about? Oh, I got a hot spot there. What? Tell me about what is some of your favorite music to listen to? Like, what genres of music do you like? You know, music is a big thing on our show. So
I'm all over the place. I mean, some of the stuff. I like some of the heavier, the old metal stuff, old heavy rock. But I mean, I like everything from classical to, I mean, in my car right now, driving around, I got the Symphony Hall playing, just listening to some Beethoven and shit. Like, I love that stuff. I'm a big music fan. I don't do the rap thing or nothing like that. I'm country, maybe a little bit here and there. But
I feel like
what are you drinking, Rob? What are you drinking?
Oh shit!
This is some Chianti. Well, it's a little classy tonight.
Beautiful.
I
figured that might go with the Beethoven. I figured that you said Beethoven. I see the glass. It all goes in line.
Mm-hmm.
Moonshine goes better with Beethoven.
Yeah, I got some of that.
Right. Kim Spencer. Hello, Kim Spencer.
Moonshine goes better with Beethoven because, Jesus turned water into wine.
That's correct.
But myself being a heathen turns it into shine. Right?
Well, you got to trademark that.
We're all going to have to get together, drink some wine, moonshine, or we're going to go hunting, go listen to some music, all the above, man. I'm really, really excited to do some hunting here soon coming up.
There you go. Goes well with the liver and fava beans.
And fava beans.
I was wondering if anyone was going to say something about that with the Chianti.
The fava beans. So with this Combative Edge now, is there a do you guys so you do teach the self-defense stuff?
Yeah, so I teach I've been super busy lately with so I also do executive protection and close protection work, and that's kind of been my full-time thing for the past few years. Along with the other stuff, but that's been taking up most of my free time. And but I at one point I did have a school, and we would run courses and classes and combatives and self-defense and things like that. So so that's a big part of the company as well, is learning how to use the products as well. And, so
is that like the best part of the day when you got like the class coming in and it's just like everybody's whipping shanks and stuff?
Yeah, it's fun. It's definitely
whipping out the shanks.
Fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah, try to stab each other. There's nothing.
It's like, all right, listen, we're gonna get the rubber knives out today. So this is just
put some lipstick on them and see who can get more marks.
Right. Everybody be rubber burned.
Hey, man, listen, I love knives so much. If you go into a class and the teacher whips out knives and said we're playing with these today, man, that's just exciting no matter what. You know what I mean? But
not me. I'm like, yes. I'm out.
Jason, you need to have 2 nunchuck claws. Like, your claws that you got there. There should be, maybe you could put Combative Edge knives for fingers on your claw.
Listen, I wish I could show you my fingers and how bad my hands are when Jason plays with knives. Okay. Mm-hmm. So I have the actual tip of the blade scar right there. That's how far it went in. Right. It was the whole, and this is no bullshit. Every time I cut myself bad like that, that little voice in my head says, Jason, you're going to cut yourself. And then it'll be like, Jason, you're going to, and then boom, it's over. Right. We were on vacation. This finger finally healed up. It was to the point, dude, it didn't quit bleeding, like totally stopped for like 2 days because I was doing surgery on the hand. There's little screws up here. So I was using the knife as a screwdriver and holding it like a fool. And I said, you're going to cut, boom, dude, it slipped off. Thank God my fingernail was there to stop it from going any further.
Oh, ew.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. I'm just one of those dudes.
Dude, that's the one thing about having a knife company. I mean, I definitely have cut myself plenty of times. You get a little too complacent. You're around them all the time. You're always grabbing them and shit. You're not even thinking. The most embarrassing one was actually at the SHOT Show years ago. I was hanging out with the Spyderco booth, and if you guys are familiar with Spyderco, one of the biggest knife companies in the world.
Okay.
Now here I am, Mr. Combative Edge guy, going over and checking out their stuff, and they're all cool. I'm actually pretty good friends with those guys, and but they have butterfly knives, balisongs, if you're familiar. Those flip them around. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So they had one of them, and just like a total asshole. And I'm okay with them. I'm not like a huge balisong guy, but I picked one up and I fucking flipped this thing over immediately right on my finger. I'm bleeding. And I stick my hand in my pocket before they notice, and I put the knife back down. And I was like, all right, nice seeing you guys. I got to go. Felt like the biggest dick in the world. So
your finger was ripped out. Did you get it?
I went. I had it in my pocket. I could just feel the blood coming out. Like, God, man, I feel like
that's a great story.
It was so embarrassing. I was like, I hope they didn't see that.
Hey,
that SHOT Show. The SHOT Show is so much fun.
SHOT Show is awesome. Yeah,
I'll do sometime is that SHOT Show. Rob and I went. We had such a good time there. And we were talking a little bit about it earlier. That we were standing there and Aaron Lewis came walking up and was getting a drink at the bar, and Rob and I were standing there. He's like, that's Aaron Lewis. I'm like, wow. He just went running over. So I followed him over, and Rob just started talking to him. I just kind of stood there in the background like, da, 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 da. But it was awesome, man. We went to a dinner. You remember? We went to a dinner for the fallen warriors.
That's right. Yeah. Oh, that's where that's where Steven Seagal and all those people.
Steven Seagal was there. He came walking out, and I mean, I jumped up. He came walking by me. I jumped up, stuck my hand out, and I mean, he was up there. He grabbed my hand, and I'm not telling you, his hand was twice the size of mine. I was excited to meet him. I know a lot of people talk
that he's
on him, but
because you're a big dude, like you're not a little guy, Rich. So, like, you know what I mean?
He's huge.
That dude, Steven Seagal, is a giant man. Like I said,
cool
a lot of people say, but he was cool, man. When I met Steven Seagal, he was very cool to me. It was cool. He's a. I don't know how good he is in martial arts, but I know one thing. His hands are so big, he wouldn't want him to get a hold of you. I don't think, But
one of them ones that just cover your whole face when he smacks you. You're like, oh man,
pushes you down.
Right. So okay.
But,
now,
Rob. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, I see you got some tattoo work going there. Pretty covered up there.
Some asshole keeps tattooing me.
I think I might know the culprit.
Rich has saved me a few times. I had some pretty bad ones. Sorry, my dog is trying to play with me again.
Now,
we just started doing a cover up on Rob.
Yeah. Rich has definitely saved me a few times. I've had quite a few bad tattoos before I met him, so he's made them a lot better.
Hey, listen, that's how, I mean, I look at it this way, man. I mean, you're going to put it on. I don't really have tattoo regret. It's all part of my story. Now, thank God we can cover and blend and mend and do things like that and turn into new. You know what I mean?
Oh, there we are.
Oh, even your phone has a background.
Putting the Tarzan back there. Look.
Hey, it looks like you're tattooing in a prison, bro.
It does.
Look at it.
That's just because we look like we should be in a prison.
Like right in the cell. Me.
Yeah, we got a lot more tattoos. I need to get some tattoos. You guys need to start
Yeah,
tattooing me.
I'll
Yo,
tattoo
I'm
you.
gonna go get effing dirty to tattoo me.
Effing dirty. Effing dirty.
Yeah, just effing dirty wants to do some tattoos, so I'm going down.
When's
Thank
the
you,
last time?
Audra. Audra said I'm an amazing artist.
You
Do
are.
you know who Audra is?
I do.
Oh,
I know.
So she's biased.
But she is. I've known Audra for a long time. I do know. I have known Audra for a long time.
Okay, so she's biased then.
Yeah.
Let's see.
She's probably biased towards me a good bit, actually. So, but at the same time, she's honest and smart.
Right. Right. Bam. So, what else can we do here?
Yeah, Joe Lawhorn, I would be happy to tattoo you. Any of the people that watch our show. There's a few of you guys out there I'm already tattooing. Ron Barone's got a bunch of tattoos from me. You know, it's going to be a fun year coming up, actually. Once I can get on the road, man. Hey, but anybody wants to come up here and get tattooed, I'm in Westchester. Just
we should
head
do
on
it.
up.
We could do a tattoo convention up at the cabin. Well, the listeners can.
We should definitely do some kind of something at the
like
cabin.
An event. Yeah, make it like an event. Come up, get tattooed.
Yes, I agree.
Moonshine.
Because I guarantee some of the people that are watching would definitely want to come up there. I mean,
camp out for a weekend. Bring some tents and bring some. Dude, that'd be awesome. You could do like a live show from up there.
Yep.
Shoot some guns.
Let everybody be able to get to see some of your father's stuff from the hunting shows and stuff. That stuff is amazing up there.
Yeah, we should do that.
Now,
again, I wish there was an Instagram page right now that you could check out, but they shut it the fuck down.
So, as a kid, having access to that kind of land, did you take advantage of it at any point? Like,
no. So we didn't have it growing up. I mean, he didn't get it until a little bit later on. But I mean, it was still.
Rob, we hunted there, you and I.
Yeah,
a couple times up there.
Yep. Yeah. And so. Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. So it was. I don't even know how old I was when we got it, but yeah, I definitely did not take advantage of it like I should, like I wish I would have. I know we were kind of talking about that a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where like you look back and like, obviously with my father, having passed away, he was always trying to get me to go out there hunting with him and do all that shit. And I was like, having it. I was like, I was like, I'm busy. I got this shit to do. I got this. I was, doing other stuff. Now I look back, I'm like, man, like that would have been so cool to spend that time with him, hanging out in the woods and like going. He was traveling all over the world. He's going to Africa. He's going all sorts of places.
Hindsight's always 2020, man. It's always 2020.
Yeah, I think it's one of the cool things for me, and when it came to my dad, was the day he allowed me to tattoo him. The day he trusted me enough to put a piece on him. And he said, just gotta put this. I want this right here. And I'm like, over top. He's like, that's what I want. That's where I want it. Just go ahead and do it. And dude, and I was like, you know what? For all them motherfucking times you woke me up, hey, get up, boy. It was always like 6 a.m. You want to put me in the chair. You know what I mean? Like I'm still asleep. Get up, get up. So listen, man, I stalled it out on him. I ain't gonna lie. I dragged that line. I stalled that gun on him, bro. But I look back and I wish I had more of those opportunities, but it is what it is. We can't dwell on it. We just gotta
we learn from it. And that's why I torture my son. I make him do all sorts of shit with me. I'm like, dude, you have no fucking choice. We're going. We're doing this.
Normally
I'm ready to. I guilt trip him too. I'm like, dude, you'll regret it one day if you don't do it with me. So.
Yeah, see, that's how I feel too. Like, you know what I mean? Like, my parents were cool. They didn't really get us into that kind of guilt trip shit. We either did it or we didn't. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we wanted to or we didn't. But once we signed up for something, we weren't allowed to quit. We had to go all the way through.
Yeah, you commit to it. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Tattoo machines. Joe Lawhorn keeps talking about tattoos, so I'm just trying to get him anxious. Tattoo machines.
So is there any plans for, say, a new design in the future?
Yeah, so we have a ton of designs, ton of new designs coming out. We're going back to manufacturing in Italy, actually, which is where we started originally, and then we did some things here in the States, some things down in Texas, and we'll continue doing those as well. But we have new projects with the Italian manufacturer, kind of collaborative projects.
Is it better steel?
It's different. I really wouldn't say better. It's, they have their steels. It's the same, if not extremely similar. So, yeah, I mean, these days it's all.
Because I really don't know too much about anything like that. But when it comes to, like, say, doing what you're doing and stuff like that, like, I guess you kind of have to look at the steel, like, down to like a molecular kind of level, right?
People do that. I don't.
I'm just saying though, but that's how far you can go down to it. Like,
yeah. There's
really how different is different steel? Like,
yeah, I mean, you're talking like, a percentage of, different carbon or vanadium or this and that. It does make a difference as far as like edge retention goes, ease of sharpening. Some steels like, for example, like 3V, right? So we use that on a few of our knives. 3V's it holds an edge really well. I mean, you could put this thing through a brick wall. But once it does start, dulling down, which inevitably it's going to be if you use it, it's kind of a pain in the ass to resharpen. I mean, it's doable. Obviously, it's not like impossible at all. But like, again, some steels are just easier to
because they're softer. It's harder to sharpen.
To take the edge.
A very hardened knife is harder to cut.
Yeah.
Hardened steel is harder to cut.
Exactly.
Right. So again, a lot of it just comes down to customers, personal preferences, what they like to work with. If they're using it every day, hard use every day, maybe they want something that isn't going to hold an edge as well, but it's super easy to just touch
sharpen it up.
What I mean? So it's a lot of personal preference.
So I guess that I kind of feel what you're talking about, because a friend of mine makes knives with he uses Damascus, right? Mm-hmm. So, and I'm sitting there like I could sharpen my other smaller knives with no problem. There, fucking take the edge, real nice, fucking razor sharp. You take that sharpener to that Damascus, dude, you'll be there days.
Yeah, it's payday.
You'll be like, man, there ain't nothing. What's going on here?
Right. Yeah. So
you're shaving off the thing you're trying to sharpen it with.
Yeah. Right. You're like, what the fuck? So I think that's kind of, I could compare what you're talking to there. So, but
sharpening a knife is an art form. It took me a long time to learn to sharpen knives correctly,
Yeah, it is.
But once you get it down and you learn how to sharpen your knives, you can do them pretty quickly, like I know when it comes to hunting and skinning deer, gutting deer, you want a sharp knife, man, because if not, it is a real pain in the butt.
Absolutely. Yeah, sharp knives.
Thank you, Ron.
Way easier.
Right. So just imagine like coming to my house and you see the tattoo artist, right? He has you sit in a chair, and then it's one of them old barber chairs that actually had the leather strap on the barber chair, and that's what my dad would do. He would,
yeah.
Then he would pull his belt out, like when he was just sharpening his hunting knives. He'd use the stone, a little bit of oil. He'd use the stone, and then to fine tune it, he'd use the belt, his leather belt.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I was like,
that's awesome.
My dad's knives and my brother too. They're always, dude, razor sharp. Like you don't want to mess with any of their knives because you'll be putting your hand in your body.
Well, now I see they make knives. It's almost like you take a razor blade out of them. They got an insert that's like a razor that goes in there. It dulls up. You just take it out and slide another one in.
Perfect.
That's like a utility blade.
It's a utility blade. Cutting them
What's up, Cody?
So now, do you actually use when you guys are doing the whole self-defense thing and stuff like that? Do you guys sit like kind of figure out ways to put the knife to a test, I guess?
I mean, all of the designs are I hate to even say that they're weapons, because they're not. I look at a knife. I don't think a knife is a great weapon, to be honest with you.
Tool.
So it's a tool. if you're using a knife in a self-defense type of situation, I mean, you're obviously it can be used, but it's a bad spot.
Down to the last. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't even want to be that close in that situation to have to do that.
Right. So, but when I design these knives, I really just go for like, as ergonomic and comfortable to carry and hold as possible, just for many reasons. But when we're using them for the self-defense training, the combatives and stuff like that, a lot of times what we're doing is we're using them so we can learn how to defend against them. Right. So the mindset behind that is if I know how to work it, right, now I can know how to make it not work. All right.
Yeah,
so
you can defend against it.
Right.
You
So
can
we want to
defend against it.
Exactly. So we want to get really good at learning how to use these things so we can figure out, okay, now how do I, prevent it from happening to me if somebody attacks me with a weapon? And it's not rocket science. I mean, everything that I teach is really simple because I think that in real life, that's the only shit that's going to work. You're not going to be doing some overcomplicated, technique that, takes years and years and years to master, because when shit hits the fan, you're going gross motor skills and you're, white belt level basics in that moment. So everything I teach is just that.
Do you guys have any do you make throwing knives?
No. I've never done a throwing knife. I've had them, back in my, knife collecting days, the Ninja Stars and all that shit, which was awesome back in the 80s. And as far as throwing a knife, because I had an instructor actually in the Philippines, one of my Filipino instructors, he's like, why would you would never want to throw a weapon away? Like, I mean, like, why would I ever throw it? But however, he had a great point. He said, but if you have two and the guy's running away from you, you can throw one at him and deploy your other one and then get him, so I was like, I never thought about that way. So yeah, if someone's running away from you and you want to throw a knife at them, then
when we were kids, we had throwing stars. I had like 10 different kinds of throwing stars, man. I was sharpening things up. I thought I was a ninja when I was a kid. I was taking, Taekwondo, and I was running around at night with nunchucks. And me and my buddies, we had a gang called the Ninja Dragons. There were two of us. And we, and we would be running around at night thinking we were doing, when I look back to it, it was just two kids out after we weren't supposed to be out at night running around the neighborhoods and nunchucks being silly, But that's how messed up I was at a young age. But, I want to ask you, Rob, with this martial arts, and you got involved with kids that were human trafficked, correct? And you went in and saved some of these kids.
I did. So again, it's kind of weird, almost similar to the knife company being accidental and, not really planned out.
That's God. That's God.
Yeah, some things have happened that I'm just like, all right, maybe there's a reason for all this. But yeah, so I got involved with an organization that goes overseas and rescues children, adults as well, but predominantly children out of human trafficking, sex trafficking, all that type of stuff. And I got into that through being a martial arts instructor and teaching combatives classes. They had a firearms instructor that I was friends with, and he reached out to me and said, hey, this group is looking for to do a combatives course, and I threw out your name and see if you wanted to do it or whatever. I was like, sure. I knew nothing about the world of trafficking and sex slavery and all that type of shit. I'm actually afraid to even say that right now because I'm very, very the keyword. It's like what happened on my social media. But yeah,
we're talking about combating it, people. We're combating it.
Yeah,
we're trying to get rid of it.
Get rid of it.
To prevent. Yeah, we want to get rid of it.
So again, I knew nothing about that world. I went out there and I ended up doing the course, and I actually went through their course. It was pretty extensive. We did everything from from the combatives to the firearms to just all sorts of just like survival shit. And it was almost like a tryout. Like, hey, if you're overseas in some of these shady ass places, like when you're on a team of 4 guys, it's just you guys. Like, you're not calling for help. So anyway, so it was like that. I got involved.
Wow.
Yeah, so I got involved with them, and and going through the course myself, I learned a lot about, that world. And I was like, wow, this is something I really want to do. Like, it kind of like, it hit me like that's actually happening right now. And in this, this day and age, like that's going on, like, it's very prevalent. And
yeah, it's
so
my wife actually, not to cut you off, I apologize. My wife actually is a part of a nonprofit that stops the trafficking of children and stuff like that because she's in the logistics industry.
okay.
And that's huge part of how it happens is, you know what I mean? That's how they're trafficked a lot of times is in the trucking industry. And they're I think they're out of Houston is where they're based out of, I think somewhere in Texas, but yeah, man, it's good things, you know what I mean? So anybody like, dude, you doing that kind of shit makes my hair stand up. That's cool. You know what I mean? Like all about it.
Yeah. It's it was, like I said, it was very eye-opening to me to get involved with it. And I think personally that's something that I'm looking at doing. That's really what I would like to be doing, almost full time at some point. And once business stuff and everything kind of gets settled, I would like to get into that. Like,
bro, listen, we can do a whole fucking TV series.
Yo, I'll go with you, Rob.
I know you will.
No, I'm not afraid. No,
I know you'll go.
I'll be guy number 4.
Right.
I just want to record it, bro. Listen, we can have you all like, listen, all fucking like not ninjas out, but like, it's go time. I got one other crazy guy that would love to join that crew. He's pretty good. I mean, he would probably.
I just want to go on a covert operation with Rob. It just seems like it would be badass, man.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean?
It's definitely exhilarating, and it gets a little, it gets into you. Once you do it, you're like, all right, it's like,
because like, dude, what else can raise your fucking adrenaline level? Like,
yeah, you must be a rush when you save one of these kids. It must be a rush.
Luke, that's why you teach that shit, dude, because it's a rush to fucking like. For you, it's probably like because you know what you're doing, and when you do it well, it's a rush. We feed off of that. That's that artistic energy, or you know what I mean. So like, I think putting yourself in that situation deep down inside, you hoping someone's popping out so you can just fucking.
Well, to be honest with you, like, I don't want to,
yeah, I'm just saying.
You try to not let anything like that happen, especially when you're in a place when you're some shady ass third world country. Last thing you want to do is end up in a situation. Yeah, or Baltimore. Yeah, there's a lot of places here. But the thing is, it's hard to do in the United States, just because of our laws and everything that's going on. But you go to some of these places overseas where they don't have fucking
yeah. So like she's saying, like, dude, who would know that?
Yeah, it's actually that's 100% true. Super Bowl Sunday is the biggest trafficking day of the year.
Is that because the whole fucking world's watching football?
Just the amount of traffic that they get in there, the amount of any sort of large scale event it's
that's wild.
Oh wait, so they're trafficking people to that?
So they yeah, I mean they bring even so I gotta be careful like what I say as far as certain locations and things like that, and names of people and things. Even places, so we've had meetings and we've done some work with law enforcement agencies in like Jersey Shore area.
Okay.
Certain departments up there. You'd be surprised how prevalent it is even there. You get a lot of wealthy people. You get a lot of people having parties and having guys wanting to invite girls to their parties and get on their yachts,
so like
and
they're getting escorted in like the whole
so
Epstein type shit.
Exactly, and that's what I was going to say. So I mean, it's like stuff like that. You kind of think of it as like a really like when you think about the human trafficking and stuff like that, you think about it as a very dirty kind of sleazy people all around, which they are obviously. But like you're not thinking like that rich multi-millionaire dude,
and that's what I mean? Really.
But like that's what happens. You know what I mean? They want to bring young girls in to show off with their friends and things like that. So you have Yeah, it's crazy. So we're talking with some of the law enforcement agents up there. We're like, wow, it goes on right here. So when you're in these very rich areas in places like that, and especially if
a
you
bunch
have
of
kids,
Epstein Islands out there. There's a bunch of
well, it is.
Epsteins running around.
You have teenage daughters or whatever, and you're letting them run out on their own. And and it's not. You got to think about it too. It's not. It's not necessarily like getting snatched up and thrown in the back of the truck.
No, they're selling them money. They're convincing them with money.
It's things like that. It's manipulation as far as like, oh yeah, we can fly you out here. We can get you money. We can make you famous. We can, I'm a friends with a dude who owns a record label. Well, what I mean? Whatever it might be, it's things like that, and that's how they get them in. And obviously nowadays with social media and girls posting pictures and things like that, and just not having like this security mindset of like knowing like, hey, this might not be safe. It's such an easy target. Even through that, they use they'll create fake profiles to target girls and things like that, invite them to parties or whatever it might be, and maybe the profile is a good looking guy. They start chatting, they start talking back and forth. But meanwhile, it's somebody, it's not that person at all, but their picture is that they're showing. But the girl fall for it. And it's not just girls either. I mean, young kids, young boys even too, or, fall victim to this all the time. So there's a lot of different like factors when you're thinking about like the trafficking. It's not just, again, getting snatched up in the street. There's a whole,
they're going about it very fucking crazy. Like
it's big, it's big money.
That's why I'm getting all these emails with my photo for some reason. They've been putting some good looking guy up, and they must have been using mine.
That's what it is. I think I saw you on one of those things before.
They're all just flying over to Jason.
Yeah.
Listen, I gotta just joke. That's me. That's what we do.
No, I'd rather have them go over there than come over here anyway, because I ain't got time for none of that nonsense now.
That's
my path is straightforward.
That's some really crazy shit, man. Like it's crazy that
it's so cool though, Rob.
Yes.
Rob has a good heart. Rob is such a good person. I'm grateful that Rob is one of my close friends, man, for real.
And like,
thank you.
Have you had to do a couple of these like pull out missions, like let's get them out of there kind of deal?
Yeah. So, I mean, I haven't been involved in too many. I've done a few. Again, can't really get into too much information with locations and stuff like that. But yeah, I've been involved in a few. One was actually more, the location that we were in was more labor slavery. So it wasn't like sex trafficking or things like that. It was, putting these kids to work, hours and hours throughout the day doing pretty dangerous work. And you're talking about like, 7, 8, 9-year-old kids, doing stuff that, is just not safe. They're dying left and right.
Tell my son that.
Trust me. When I came home from that one and my son bitched about anything, I was like,
you're like, no.
I was like, dude, listen. I was like, you got nothing. So yeah. But so like it depends on where you're at in the world of like what they focus on. That place was more, again, the labor work was. I've done some things. I can talk about this one. I've spent a lot of time over in the Philippines and over there, anywhere in Southeast Asia, that's predominantly this sex stuff.
The worst.
And it's a lot of Westerners going over there. And it's kind of fucked up, but like, you go over there and you're like, you got to pretend you're one of them because, that's how you get in. So, I mean, and the way they like talk about it, like I'd be sitting at a bar, and you'd hear these like, guys, American, Canadian, or whatever there might be, showing pictures of, I got this girl last night, I'm getting this girl tonight, I'm waiting on a few more to come in. And they just go over there for that reason only, because they know they can, sleep with, young kids, young girls, and boys. And
they don't
even, it's like they're not even ashamed of it. You're sitting there and you're listening to these conversations. And again, you're kind of pretending to be there doing the same thing. So, where'd you go? Where's the bar at that whatever. and it's like they're not even like ashamed of it. Like, and you want to just fucking strangle them.
Yeah, like
okay, but you can't.
Right. So why is it that country? Like, what is it about the Philippines?
And again, it's pretty much all of Southeast Asia, but it's and it's illegal there. So it's not like it's legal. They just don't have the manpower, as far as law enforcement goes, to be able to handle it. It's so prevalent. Like when I was over there, like literally in a meeting with one of the chiefs of the PNP, they had just got a shipping container full of, I believe it was from Malaysia, of girls. One of them being a baby who had died on the way, and her mother, her like teenage mother. Yeah, like while we were in the meeting, they were like emergency, like had to go, and like they just opened this thing up, and there was all these kids in it and stuff.
In the fucking container, like just
yeah, and but yeah, again, it's just so prevalent over there. They don't have the manpower to do it. The one chief was saying, and she was a female. She was saying they're sending new recruits of the PNP out on these missions. That these kids aren't even qualified. They didn't even graduate from the police academy over there. And they're going out doing missions like not even qualified because they just don't have the manpower, and that's why they rely so much on organizations like ours to help. Because again, they just can't do it on their own.
So, like, are you like a contractor when you go over there?
No, I'm sorry, my dog was making a ton of noise right now. What was that?
Are you considered like a contractor when you go over there? Is that what they consider that, in a sense?
Yeah, I mean, kind of. I mean, we help with. We also help with training, with them. So helping them, not only going out and doing these missions, but things to look for, things to, ways of combating it,
right,
for their own knowledge.
Now,
so
when you're teaching, like, when you're over there and you're teaching people and stuff like that, has there been like any like certain standouts that have been like, you're like this, maybe this person can take what I'm teaching and keep it here as a, like run the show a little, in a sense, you know what I mean, so to speak.
But yeah, and that's the like intention, is to get them up to speed, so they can do it their own. You know what I mean? Because I'm not moving to the fucking Philippines.
But I guess what I'm asking is, was there any certain one that stood out more than any? You know what I mean? Teaching them, like, this dude like really picked this shit up. Like,
I'll tell you one thing about the Filipino people, especially their soldiers. They're I taught a lot of them in the PNP and their Special Action Force commandos. Actually, I was over there one time when I'm in the middle of the course, and this was back in, I don't even know what year it was, but the Abu Sayyaf, which is like they're like Al Qaeda, whatever. Fucking bomb goes off, alerts, sirens everywhere. I'm like in the middle of teaching. I had just gotten there, like literally in country that day. And they all go running off. I'm like, what's going on here? Like, Abu Sayyaf blew some shit up in Manila. I'm like, fuck.
It's like nothing. It's like another. All right.
Yeah. So, but those guys, I'm telling you, the Filipino people, those guys are like straight warriors, badass dudes. Little, just tiny little fuckers. But they will.
Yeah, man.
They're tough people. Yeah, they're tough people. Well, I mean, you got to think a country like that. I mean, there's areas that
you're fighting to survive.
You go deep into like jungle, like there's no police, there's no military, there's no, like, you're on your own. There's like dudes fight with swords there still. Like they'll pull blades out and like go at it over like land. You stole my land. Okay, well, let's fucking sword fight. I met a dude.
Yeah.
I met a dude who was missing his arm. I was like, how'd that happen? He got hacked off by a machete. I was like, oh.
So what was your first thinking? What's going through your head when you get off the plane and you're like, first time setting foot into this area, and you're like, what the?
So I'll tell you two stories. One, that particular one where the Abu Sayyaf did that shit in Manila. It was you're talking a 20 some hour flight, whatever, it was the layover somewhere, Guam or some shit. I didn't know that I was going straight to the base to teach. I thought I was going to my hotel, get a nice night's sleep or whatever, and then maybe go teach the next day. So on a 20-some hour flight, I'm hammering Jack Daniels. I mean, I'm annihilated, right? The entire flight, because there's no other way to make it through a flight like that. So we get there, we land at the airport, and they're there to pick me up. They're like, "Oh, we're going straight to the base right now." I'm like, "What?" Like, I'm hammered. And I'm like, I have a sweat. I'm like, "You gotta be kidding me, man! Like, really?" So I'm not going to say I was happy that happened. The Abu Sayyaf did what they did, but it did get me out of having to teach that day in the 90,000-degree weather, and I was able to go right back to my hotel and wait to, till the next day. So it actually worked out well for me. But to be honest with you, the first time that wasn't the first time I went over there, but the very first time that I went over there, and Rich, this kind of almost goes back to like what you were saying about like God's plan or whatever. At the time, I have a nephew, Justin. He's 22, 23 right now. He was like maybe 5 or 6 years old at the time that I was over there the first time. I got off at the airport, and I remember walking to my hotel in Manila, and there was a little boy on the sidewalk, completely naked, butt naked, just dirt on him and everything. And he had a rock in his hand, and he was throwing this rock up in the air like that was his toy, this little rock. And I walked like past him, and I'm like, oh my God, like I want to save this guy. And I saw my like nephew Justin, because again, he was like around that same age at the time. And I was like, just picturing Justin, who's at home in his nice house playing with all his toys and all his like stuff.
Right.
All this
wow,
stuff.
Rob.
Yeah. And I'm like, man, like I want to take this kid home. Like I want to do something. And people are just stepping over him, like not even looking at him, because it's just normal over there. And it hit me so hard. And I never got that image out of my mind. Like,
yeah.
And
that's empathy, bro. That's true empathy.
Well, so then that's when the kind of weird thing with this full circle thing comes around, and then I get asked to do that human trafficking thing and go rescuing kids and stuff like that. And that was the very first thought in my mind. I was like, wow, like this might give me that opportunity to go back over there and get some of these kids, to rescue some of these kids. And it was weird. And you're talking, 20 years later,
right,
which is just weird.
It's amazing. I commend you for doing that, dude. That's
you too, Rob. Big time.
That's great.
I mean, it makes me want to go help you somehow or something.
Yeah,
it really does.
Yeah, I mean, we were always looking for people to help out, get on board. I mean, I'm telling you, once you kind of get into it, though, it's all you want to do.
I mean, I can make jars with wicks.
Hey, we use it.
All we got to do is add a little bit of dish soap. Now we got a little bit of
napalm. We don't want to burn the kids, though, Jason. We can't burn those children.
No, this is
got to be safe with the children.
This is after we already got them. We're ain't nobody following us.
No, we just saved them jars for when we're done, and we saved a bunch of kids, and then we
might have to fuel up the helicopter.
Well, yeah. Well, we might need that
if you
fuel on the way over.
You can get us the helicopter. That would be great. We're not there yet.
I mean, I can make the fuel for it.
There you go.
Well, man, I'll tell you what, Rob, your story is amazing. It's amazing what you've done for those children. And I love that was a wonderful story that you told, how you got over there and in that story of seeing that young child and then relating to your nephew at home. I felt that, man. And that must have been hard to walk away from, and you're still carrying that.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I mean, it's again, when you're over there, you're seeing that left and right. I mean, you're seeing kids who are, they get addicted to drugs. They're, intentionally traffickers. And what they do is they intentionally get them addicted. So you're seeing kids tweaking out, and you're like
when you like you mean like young little.
Oh yeah, like 7, 8, 9. So there's street kids, they're homeless kids, and again, under 10 years old even. And I remember the first time I saw that, I said, "What's wrong with these kids? Like they're all looking like they're tweaking out." And you know, one of the locals I was with, he said, "Oh, they're drug addicts." Well, how the fuck do they get how at this age? Like, and what happens is their owners, right? They're traffickers or whatever, get them addicted to drugs. That's how they own them. So now they have to continue to go back to them and, you know, bring them money through doing sex work or doing whatever.
These, like, kids that are born into that from,
say, a lot of them are. Their moms were that way. You know, they're getting pregnant. They're you know, abandoning their state. You know, they sell kids for, you know.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Yeah, they can't take care of them.
They got pregnant by some guy they don't even know. It's not like they want to keep it. They don't care. Their life is horrible.
If she ain't working, right? You know, that's how they're thinking. The owner ain't making money, so let's get rid of the baby because she's, you know, it's fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah, they're born into it, and I mean, it's a huge industry, you know. And again, it's a lot of people going over there for that reason.
Even just to put that term industry in with that, it's just fucking blows my mind, dude. Like, you broke it down into some ways, you know, like, nah, I'm glad somebody like you's doing it, dude. You know what I mean? I can only, man, I don't want to be on the other.
Rob, thank you for sharing that story with us. Thank you for sharing that story. That was wonderful.
But I think we have one more final question for you.
Oh yeah, we got one. It's always a big question of the show.
Shit, here we go.
You want me to ask him, Jason, or you want to ask him?
I mean, I'll leave it up.
Okay. Hey, every show we ask everybody how they think about this, what's their thoughts, if they've ever had an experience or know anyone that does. We have a tendency to want to believe and want to look for and wonder whether you know if you think if Bigfoot is real.
Oh, I should have known this was coming. I should have known. I'm gonna say I'm just not sold on it yet.
Okay.
I just think that
we like honesty here, man.
Yeah.
You don't have to. You just honestly say what you think, and that's where we're at.
Yeah. I'm not sold.
I think what we need to start doing, Rich, is keeping tally. Who believes and who doesn't
believe, and then we'll And
at the end of the
year, either way, Rob, at some point we're going to do a little Bigfoot excursion where we're going to moonshine, tattoo, maybe go looking around the woods, travel here a little there. So we'd love to have you come with us.
I would do that. Even if I don't believe in it, I would go look anyway.
It would be so much fun.
I got a follow-up question for that now.
All right.
Okay.
So we're just saying purely speculation here. Purely speculation. We're out. We're doing this thing. We're drinking. We're having a good time. You step off to the side. You got to piss. And there's fucking Bigfoot. What are you doing? You taking him down? Are you whipping out a knife? What's Rob going to do?
Oh, wow. That's a tough one. I mean, I feel like a knife isn't going to be, I don't know.
Yeah, listen, I think you might, if Bigfoot's that close, you might want to try to make friends with him. Really,
I was going to say, maybe try to make friends. I'd probably listen, my buddy Rich would love to meet you. He's been talking about you for years. You know, it would mean the world to him.
And he kind of looks like you too.
Yeah, you kind of like, share some genes somewhere in there. And I'd probably try to make friends with him. That's absolutely.
I think so too. Like, I feel like there might be a connection there if he looks at you. It probably depends on really how mad he is that day and how much he dislikes humans at the moment, you know.
Listen, if you're in that situation, Rob's probably taking a piss on him and then looks over and there he is.
I think if anybody's going to be peeing on anybody, he's going to be peeing on you.
Well, you don't know because it's dark.
He might be into it. You know, who knows?
Hey, it might make him smell better than.
Hey, listen, you don't call him Bigfoot for nothing. You might want to run.
Big stank in the house.
I'll tell you what. This has been a wonderful show.
Hey, Rob.
Thanks, guys.
Coming on here, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
I'll tell you what. This is what I'm going to do because I wasn't able to get the thing out first. I will put one out for you still. I'll put a cool little promo out there and man, I'll see if I can get some more people to your page and shit, dude. See what I can do for you.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Like I said, I mean, unfortunately with our social media, with what happened with that just recently kind of sucks. If anybody does want, I started a new Instagram. I'm going to try to get all my old stuff back, but I don't even know what my name is. Rob.
When you get it together,
Rob_Motolla. That's Instagram. And then I'm going to try to do all the business ones again. But if anyone has any questions or anything like that, shoot me a message.
Awesome, man.
Cool.
So that's Rob_Motolla on Instagram.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. Yeah. Hey, listen, I'm looking forward to seeing one of them knives next time I see Rich. I'll be like this.
Yeah, man, definitely. I'll get you some cool stuff.
Hey, hopefully I won't have Band-Aids all over my fingers.
Well, I mean, if they're pretty sharp.
Hey, we'll have to try to get you a Heavy Metal Moonshine sticker, maybe a shirt or something, Rob. We'll figure that out. I'll make sure you get one.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, well, maybe get you a jar.
Yeah, Rob, let me see your arms, man. Let's see that bicep. Come on. Come on.
That's got a cramp. It's got a cramp.
So no, he's not the one who gave you the Lit Tarzan name, is it?
What's that?
You're not the one that gave him Lit Tarzan, are you?
I'm not.
No.
Okay.
That was my friend Mike.
Okay.
Big Mike. That was my buddy.
Old Lit Tarzan. It fits him well.
Here's a shout out to Big Mike too, man. He's the man. His kids are wonderful. I love Mike. He's a wonderful friend.
Boom.
I can't give him. I mean, we got so many good people around us, I want to give a shout out to Ted Hardy too, and also to Josh Eckert, who works with Eddie. I try to remember everybody, but Ted just moved to West Virginia, and Ted has also been with Dan Gray out there farming the bottle, and he's doing all the looking for the wild food edibles, So
wait, this is what
I appreciate everybody.
This is what Audra says: shit yourself and run.
That's very possible on that one too.
She also said, "Thank you for all you do, Rob." I see her. She said, "Thank you for all you do, buddy." So listen, hey, okay, that you could see those. Listen, you see where it says "Thank you for all you do"?
I don't see. Yeah,
it. Rich, put your mouse over there on that.
Okay,
right in the middle. Do you see what it says? Does it say show?
It just disappears on me.
Yeah, but like if you move to the middle of that, it'll say show. Or a plus sign.
No, it doesn't do that for me.
All right, we'll have to do this. But all right, listen. So hang on tight, Rich. Don't go nowhere. Rob, it was a pleasure meeting you, man. Your story's awesome.
I appreciate
absolutely. It was a pleasure having you on, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I really do appreciate it.
Awesome. Well, everybody look forward to it. I'm gonna get a promo out for him, and yeah, man, check him out. Combative Edge Knives, dude.
I love you, Rob. I love you, brother.
CombativeEdge.com is the website. And then
CombativeEdge.com.
If I can throw a few, the organization, the nonprofit organization with the rescues is called Salus Operational.
Salus, how do you spell that?
SALUS.
Okay.
Again, all the social media shut down, so it's not a huge deal.
I think Jay and I need to come over for a run and bring some of these children back. I would be into it, man.
Yeah, man, we'll set it up.
Dude, I know some martial arts already. You won't have to train me too much.
Tell you what, you wear them things.
Hey.
I mean,
hey, man, I'll roll some real ones in there, man.
They'll just give those kids up.
Listen, we could go with Master Blaster.
Yeah, that would be fun, man. I can't wait till we all get together. So many good things ahead. That's all I can say.
All right, everybody. Hey, so that's our show for tonight. Again, thank you, and I'll talk to you here shortly. Thank you, Rob. We appreciate you coming on, brother.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate you having me.